Hi everyone, Kim here with another process video using the gorgeous Serenity collection for 49 and Market. And today I am going to use all these bits and pieces I've got here to scrapbook some super cute pictures of my dogs. So I have got a pattern paper here which is Subtleties from the Serenity collection, and it has this house pattern subtly printed into the background with lots of distressed text, and it's very much in the brown / beige shades in this collection. So I have decided to focus completely on the browns, and I am going to use some of the tags from the collection as well. And what I'm doing is creating some layers to go behind my photos. Now, I should mention before I forget too that when I trim down this pattern paper, I trimmed from the top and I have kept the selvage strip at the bottom, and that will form actually part of the design of this layout. So, I have spoken before to you about when I create a layered behind my photo, I don't stick it all down on the background straight away. I create it loose, and then it means I can move it around on the layout and work out where I want it to go. So I'm using some of the pieces from the Ephemera pack to create the layers behind my photo, and also the tags. So I'm sticking those in behind my photo, but as you can see, they're loose, so that they're not stuck to the background paper yet. So I've got 3 different pieces of the ephemera pieces, and I think I have 4 different tags there that I'm using for this layout to create all of the layers behind this photo. Sorry, there are also some pieces from the remnants pack, just different pieces there. And what I've got here is a piece of pattern paper that was left from another project. And I'm actually, and I apologise that I'm hanging off the bottom a bit here, but I didn't want it the full 12-inch length. But I did want to have the distressed edge around all of the edges on the piece that you would see out from the photo. So I actually tore a piece out of the middle, and I am using, this is the brief glimpse paper. So on the A side of that, it's got like framing sort of printed around the outside of the paper. And so by ripping out the middle of it, which is hidden under the photo layers, I could keep that framing that shows at the top and bottom. And the house is from the laser cuts. Actually, I apologise. The house is from the Ephemera Bits, actually. So I apologise for that. And it is just a miniature version of the house that is printed on the back of the paper. So I thought that was really cute because the picture is of my super cute corgis, and Dexter has his head resting on Violet's back when they're waiting at the back door, so it's at home. And so I thought that theme in the pattern papers and the ephemera bit was really cute. And I'm also going to use the word loved from the 12 by 12 sheet of Rub-Ons, and I'm now cutting out some pieces from the 6 by 8 Rub-Ons on the Serenity collection, which I'm going to scatter around in the background, so it sort of looks a bit like paint splatters. And then I've got this brown tan coloured butterfly that I'm going to use as well. You'll see too that I tucked a piece of note card paper in on the right side of the photos just with the dark brown. So it was bringing some of the dark brown from the house across to the dark brown on the right side of the photo. And now I've got some foliage which is from the laser cuts, and I am just tucking that in around where the photo cluster is going to be. So you can see that this is still all loose, and I'm just laying things out to work out where everything is going to go. And I like how the pieces of leaves, so that was one piece, and I cut it into 3 sections so that I could spread it around the photos so it would draw your eye around the photo. So it creates like 3 focal points around the photo. So now what I'm doing is I'm just sort of holding things in place a bit as I go. so that I know, because I'm really happy with how the composition is and I don't want things to move around. But of course, because I've got 2 bits of this pattern paper, they weren't lined up properly. So I was just making sure that they are lined up. And now that I've got that base piece in, I know approximately where everything else is going around it, so I could then start pulling it apart to put it back together. And you can see that the benefit of having created the layers behind the photos is that I can pick it up in one piece and put it back down where I need it to go. And so it's glued in place, and nope, it's not glued in place yet, but I'm tucking these leaves in. Okay, some glue on that now. And now I don't put glue right to the edges of that back piece, because then I want to be able to still tuck things under the photo. So if you put some glue adhesive in the middle, then you have the edges loose to be able to layer things into it. So I'm just applying some of the rub-ons now. So that was some of those splotches from the 6x8 pack, and I've got the word loved from the 12x12 pack of rub-ons. So I'm just applying that. And again, I apologise that I keep coming off the bottom there. I should have moved my camera down a little bit. So the loved has nestled in at the bottom of the photo and next to that paper strip that's coming down on the left side of the photos. And what I'm doing now is I've got 2 keys which are from the laser cuts, and I'm using a piece of twine to tie them together, just so it looks like the keys are hanging on something, because otherwise they'd just be loose on the page, and I felt that the twine would give that a more interesting effect. So I've put some glue behind the keys and stuck that down, and now I'm going to just tie the twine into a bow, which gives a little bit of texture and interest to the layout. And the keys also bring some more of that dark brown across from the house on the left side across onto the right side. So I'm just sticking down the little pieces of the tails of the bow from the twine across the top of the title there. And now I'm just going to put those extra laser cut leaves around and rub on my butterfly. These rub-ons are just so gorgeous, and all the splatters, it just makes the rub-ons look like they're part of the paper. And with all the splatters and textures that you can see in the background paper, then the rub-ons just add to that, and you're effectively creating your own unique background paper, and I love that. So just adding a few more splattery type rub-ons down here in that bottom left corner of the layout. So it's sort of going over the pattern paper strip that was stuck down behind the photos and onto the background paper, and it's just blending that all in together. And I've got a few more little rub-ons there, just making sure everything's in place. Now I'm getting out some word strips. These are from the chipboard pieces. So I've got a little word that I'm going to stick at the bottom of the photo, and then another in this beautiful fawny brown colour, friends, which they are friends most of the time. Probably the better word for them would be siblings, because they love each other and then they fight like cats and dogs, except it's 2 dogs. But the little friends tags, cute there, and the little word phrase at the bottom of the photos. Again, as I said, I'm focusing on all the brown colours in this collection because it's a combination of blues and browns. So I've just got myself a little chipboard heart there, which I think I'm going to stick, if I can get it into the right place where I want it. Maybe not. But I am going to group together all of the cords off the tags, and I've put a couple of staples into that, and then it's done. So I'm going to just share some detailed photos with you now. Thanks very much for joining me, and I look forward to being able to share the last of my videos for 49 in Market with my next project. Thank you. Bye.